It's 2025. I was thinking about the last 10 years and if there's any mistakes that I've made. There definitely are. So I'm making this quick video to go over some of the things that I would do a little bit differently. Maybe you can learn something from this. Maybe I can learn something from this. Let's get right into it. Here's the quick timeline. In 2015, that's when I started college. So it's my 10-year anniversary. Since then, I've graduated, I've started working, I've been promoted. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a good time. There's a lot of things that I've learned. So this is the status of 2015. In 2015, I had zero money, zero girls, zero Bitcoin, zero real estate. So I had an unfortunate spawn growing up. I had zero money. Zero money led to a lot of different issues, ultimately leading to zero girls. And because I did not have any money, I did not have any Bitcoin or any real estate. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. This actually would have been a great time to buy Bitcoin, maybe the best time for somebody like me, because at about 265, this would have been such a good investment. Unfortunately, no money. You live and you learn, right? What can you do? This also would have been a great time to get into real estate. It would have been the cheapest time to buy real estate in Texas. I grew up in Texas, so this would have been a really good area to invest in. Texas, I think, is on average a little bit cheaper than the rest of the US. Not bad. Unfortunately, no money. This was the year that I started college. My dorm room was very small. My dorm room looked like a prison, but it had everything you needed. It was the cheapest dorm room that was available at the campus. It had everything you needed, right? You got your bunk beds. You had a roommate that was completely random, not up to you if they were cool or not. Hopefully you got someone who was really cool. My roommate was a little bit weird. He was really bad at turning off the alarm. So he had an alarm set every day for about 8 a.m. and he stayed in bed until about 9. I was really bad at confronting people back then. I still am. But I think that getting to live with someone that is a complete stranger was a really neat experience. Would I do it again? No, it sucked. Especially in these close quarters. I mean, you have no privacy. The bed, you could see that it's a single mattress. I mean, it was practically made of rocks. This was the cheapest dorm. Basically, a more comfortable jail room. And here's a better POV of what it looks like. You had two people on this side of the hallway. You had two people on this side. Over here, you had the hallway. Then you had the entrances. So you have on this side, you and your roommates. Then on the other side, you have you and your other roommate. But you're essentially bunk mates still because you're sharing the single restroom and the single shower. You'd have two guys here, two guys there. This restroom was pretty much always being used. It always smelled, but that's what you get. You get what you pay for, and if you could only pay for the cheapest one, then pues ni modo. It is what it is. This is what you get. I was there for 4 years. In 2019, I graduated and I stayed at the same dorm for all 4 years. It was the cheapest dorm that was available. Kind of interesting. It was an all guys dorm at first, then it turned into a co-ed dorm. Overall, good experience. Would I change the college I went to? No, no, the college was fine. Yeah, the college was fine. At this point in time, I did have a girlfriend. Yeah, I had a girlfriend throughout college. I think we were together for the last 2 years. I had some jobs on campus, but I never had money. I never had true money. At this point, I didn't. And once again, I don't have any Bitcoin and I don't have any real estate. Something big that happened in 2019 is Trump ran, and during this time, I was an immigrant. Well, I guess I'm still an immigrant, but build the wall was a popular saying. Would I change anything? I mean, being an immigrant is cool, but during this time, being an immigrant was pretty scary. Being an immigrant is cool. I have the immigrant mentality. During this time, there were a lot of chants going on. Build that wall. That was, there were protests, there were anti-protests going on at the campus. I went to a very conservative school, and well, I mean, some people were cool. Some people I'm still friends with to this day. Yeah, during this time, Trump was rising in popularity, and being an immigrant was definitely not cool. There was a lot of anti immigrant rhetoric. If I could go back, it probably would have been easier if I wasn't an immigrant, so maybe I would have done that differently. Bitcoin price did increase. At this point, it's now $5,000. And let's take a look at what could have been the difference. An average cost of attendance at the college that I went to was $20,000 per year. this hasn't really changed. It's gone up if anything. Let's say that I had those $20,000, which no way did we have that much money. My family's made way less than that pretty much our entire lives. But let's say that you had this $20,000 and you put it every year into Bitcoin at about the same time around May. If you invested 20,000 into Bitcoin every year from 2015 to 2018, then by 2019 you would have $643,000, which is way more money than what I have now. So this would have been a great investment. My degree was a pretty good investment, but so far it is not paying off as much as Bitcoin would have. And this would have been in 2019. At this point today, Bitcoin is at 100,000. So I definitely made a mistake here. If I could go back, I definitely would have chose this route. Overall, it looks like I was born in the wrong time and maybe even into the wrong family, right? Because imagine if we had this much money to invest into Bitcoin, oh, we would have been multimillionaires now. At this point, real estate is still pretty cheap. So once again, the only mistake that I made was not being born into a richer family and not being born earlier. Because if I was born earlier, then I would have had my job earlier and I would have had money by this point. Oh, but 2019 is also the year that I started working, so now I could finally make money. Something else that happened in 2019 is the COVID virus started spreading in China. I definitely would have changed that. If I could go back in time, I definitely would have stopped the spread. Yeah, if I could go back in time, I definitely would have stopped COVID-19. I think COVID was a pretty crappy thing that happened. Lots of people died. It would have been nice if I ended it, but yeah, if I go back in time, I definitely would have changed it. Shortly after, 2 years later, I was promoted. Being promoted was very humbling. I worked hard for it. Oh, and so at this point, I had zero girls, I had zero Bitcoin, and I had zero real estate, but I did start making six figures per year. In 2021, six figures per year was still pretty good pay. I feel like today, I think it's still good today. I know inflation is killing all of us slowly and surely, but overall, if you're making six figures per year, then I think you're still in the top 15% or something like that. Pretty much my last 3 or 4 videos talk about the good of working in tech and why you should go into it and why you shouldn't. So the pay is definitely one of them. Oh man, if I go back in time, I definitely would stop Gal Gadot from making this video. This was maybe the worst decision that an actor has made, in my opinion. The Imagine cover by her and 20 other people was so bad. And it's wild because pretty much nobody else faced any backlash or faced any true consequences to their career, but this was the start of the end for Gal. I loved her in Wonder Woman. The first one, not the second one. None of us liked her in the second one. None of us liked the second one. That second one was a mistake. Let's pretend it didn't even happen. So the first Wonder Woman was incredible. She was great in it. I haven't really seen her in other stuff since then, and I think there's a reason why. I think this is why. This is where it started. So I'll definitely change this. Oh, I would back in time. I definitely would have started using TikTok. I would have started posting to TikTok. I would have posted literally anything and everything to TikTok. Yeah, this was the peak popularity of the app. If I go back in time, you would definitely catch me making TikToks. I would have been hitting that renegade. I would have made the same video every single day, just hitting the renegade. I didn't do it though, so there's a parallel universe out there where instead of making YouTube videos or instead of working in tech, I'm just making renegade videos in 2021. That leads us to today. It's 2025. Bitcoin is at six figures. Real estate is at an all-time high, pretty much. I know they've gone down a little bit in Texas, but overall real estate is at an all-time high, and I am pretty happy with where I'm at. Hopefully you are happy with your at. It is what it is. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I post a new video every week, every Tuesday. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please subscribe. If you liked the video, please like the video. And if you have any thoughts, please leave a comment. That's it for this video. Have a good one. Bye.